Hi, everybody. This is Aubrey S. from Brownsville Gamer, and I decided to record this on my phone because I was watching a YouTube video on Halo, specifically Halo Infinite, and I really wanted to just briefly say something about this because if you're a Halo fan, you're going to understand exactly where I'm coming from and where exactly I'm going with this. So, just a little quick story, little background. I really got into gaming because of my brothers, right? They were deeply into games from the time we had believe it or not, a Sega Master System. And from that point, growing into the 90s, my brothers, they basically ran the show when it came to getting the games, getting the consoles, and I watched and learned how to play games from them. Then I went to middle school. And at that point, I was more so invested in gaming than my older brothers. Microsoft decided to come out with a new system called the Xbox, and I saw a game that made me go, I don't care about any other game that ever comes out for this console. I'm buying this console, this Xbox, the original Xbox, because of one game, and that one game was Halo. Let me tell you something. Not many people that I know, and I'm pretty sure those that are watching this video know where I'm coming from, that not a lot of people buy consoles strictly for one game. But at that time, that's exactly what people did. People bought Halo and they made themselves feel like, you know what, getting this Xbox was probably one of the best investments ever made. And rightfully so. I mean, we grew up in an era where everyone was playing with their friends in person. We're talking about 4-player, split screen mode. People were setting up LAN parties. Human beings came together and they interacted and socialized because of one amazing game. Now, I'm saying all this because that was the early 2000s. We're talking about decades ago. Now it is the year 2022. We're in the second half, near the last quarter, mind you, of the calendar year. And I'm learning about our current version from 343, no longer Bungie, but 343 Industries, Halo Infinite, for the Xbox Series S and X. And believe it or not, and also for PC, but we're going to talk about the console. But believe it or not, the split screen feature that we grew up playing will never exist on Infinite for co-op, local or online co-op. It's never going to exist. And most people will say, why are you bitching about this in the context of wow, Halo is terrible because there's no split screen? No, I don't think you guys understand the point here. The problem that I have with all this is that it's one thing if you know that there's a feature that you used to have in the game and you realize not a lot of people are digging it, so you take it out, right? Makes a lot of sense. That's how you improve. But why would you take away a feature in a game that is the cornerstone of the game itself? Literally. How many of you really know how to play Halo because you have people coming to your house, playing the game, talking smack, and you're watching right over their shoulders or maybe looking at their box or their section of the screen to try to beat them in a game, right? Regardless of the competitive side, there's a relationship side of it in terms of the social connection it is to play co-op. And yes, granted, it is 2022. We just came out of the pandemic. We're now starting to get back into, dealing with people again and being sociable again. And to cut it out because you don't want to deal with that, you don't want to allocate resources to that, you solely want to focus on your live service. I mean, seriously, what is wrong with these publishing companies these days? Right? This is the same bullshit I heard in terms of, oh, well, we're going to cut this feature out because we don't have the resources to deal with this. We're going to deal with this indefinitely. We're going to worry about other things, more so live service. Where have I heard this before? Oh, yeah. EA. Yes, let us not forget the famous Madden, right? Very famous for creating features and then randomly taking them off the game for no fucking reason, excuse my language, and then decides to bring it back because, oh yeah, it's a new feature. This is the same thing that I'm seeing with Halo Infinite and the lack of split screen on co-op mode, right? Because if you had the resources nearly 20 years ago to create the ability to play the game with somebody locally in split screen mode, if you could do it then, why is it a problem doing it now? And I mentioned EA and Madden because not just the whole they take a feature and they put it in and then they take it away. No, it's more than that, right? Even the little things that creates that realism. For example, Madden used to have referees on the field, and it was great because it added a sense of realism to the game. I mean, name one competitive sport that doesn't have fucking referees on the field. Oh yeah, in games like this, Madden, apparently there's none. And it steals away the realism of the game. Remember, it's the little things that add the significance behind why one chooses to play the game. Now, one can say this is not a great example. That's more of an aesthetic thing. And therefore, yeah, maybe. But the point I'm raising here is that why are you taking away features that really does not cost you much to actually implement and just keep on board, right? In fact, a YouTuber by the name of Some Ordinary Gamer showed a loophole so that way people online can play together on a map similar to co-op mode, which means programmers have already programmed the ability to split screen shit. So why is this not just done across the board? Why is this not public? To say that, oh, we don't have the resources to basically add a split screen function, although it has existed for decades, I don't get it. You guys make an exclusive game for one of the richest companies in the world. I'm very certain Microsoft is throwing you thousands of millions of dollars or whatever, huge amount of quantity. I imagine I just made that number up for no reason, but you get what I'm talking about. If Microsoft is able to spend $70 billion for pretty much all the IPs that they want, that includes fucking Halo, by the way, and you mean to tell me that you can't put a split screen on the damn game? Because it doesn't really matter to you? You want to take the resources and put it to something else? Probably to shit that no one really asked for? This is the trend that I'm constantly seeing in gaming. And then you wonder why people like myself and other personalities are quick to bitch, moan, and complain about it. Because if the damn thing is not broke, don't fucking fix it, right? If we all know, any person with a brain that has a relationship to Halo and understands what the fuck the game is, would have an understanding that you don't take away something like co-op split player. Like, that's what we've grown up with. I get that games over time need to have its own image, and sure, you don't want to be a one-trick pony of the same thing, but that's what everyone does in every other fucking game that's out right now. Call of Duty is a one-trick pony to zombies, okay? Madden is a one-trick pony to Ultimate Team, okay? I can go over one-trick ponies, but I keep using these two references because it's like these two examples, it's like the companies are reading the same damn playbook of how to fuck up an IP volume 1. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I had to record this. Yes, the sound quality sounds bad. Yes, I'm probably rambling and I'm not reading from a script, but I just don't get it anymore. And it's reasons like this that not only are people just fed up, but just don't be surprised when now all of a sudden your profits start to diminish, or if that even matters to these people. Like, just wait when people stop giving a fuck about these legendary IPs like Halo because of the dumbass shit that we see being done by publishers. We see it from EA, we see it from Blizzard, Activision King, and now we're seeing it from, wow, not a big surprise, 343 Industries. Good job killing a franchise. Good job killing an IP. Just good job finding reasons to piss gamers off. You had one job.